Hello guys, this is Veron, and today I am going to be continuing my vlog series, my vlog trilogy of my gaming history. And last episode I talked about how I started gaming when I was 3 and 4, and my early gaming experiences, my first 3 games, and now I'm going to be talking about my golden age, what I call my golden era of gaming for me. And this story starts in 2006 when I was about 4.5. It was coming to the end of the year. It was December. Christmas was coming up. I was excited. I didn't know what I was gonna get. At the time, I was a really big gamer, as I said in the last episode. And so generally I thought, well, I want a new console. I'm not sure which one, but I want a new console because at the time we had a GameCube and a PlayStation 2. I'm pretty sure, yeah. GameCube and PlayStation 2. I think we didn't have an original Xbox. I think we just had those 2 consoles, and that was it. So, generally, there wasn't many games coming out because it was starting the new generation at that time. Gaming generation, and I was excited for what consoles were coming out. I watched a lot of TV, so I saw this commercial for this awesome innovative console called the Wii. And I'm not sure if you guys know about it, but it was pretty cool. And basically you have this little Wiimote thing. It's called a remote for the Wii, and you can actually swing it around like a tennis racket or like a bowling ball, or like you're swinging like a bowling ball or like a golf thing or whatever the game is centered on. And so I really wanted it, and yeah, I actually have this Wiimote cover. Awesome. This thing's awesome. I like it. Never mind about that though. So basically, come Christmas, I run downstairs, I look at a gigantic present under the Christmas tree, and I'm like, what is it? What is it? So I open it. I was an only child at this point, so I opened the present. I think one of my 3 presents at the time, and so I opened that one last, and I couldn't wait, and I ripped open the packaging, and there it was, the letters W-I-I, right on the front, plastered right on the front of the thing, and it showed the white rectangle of goodness next to the smaller rectangle of goodness with 4 buttons, and it was awesome. It was awesome. I was so excited, and it came packaged with a copy of Wii Sports. Wii Sports is one of my favorite games of all time. We still have that exact same disc from 2006. That's 8 years. I have had that game for 8 years, and I am excited. I still play that game to this day. That's how good it is held up. It has aged well, and I'm glad that it has, because it's a very enjoyable game, and as I said, I still play it to this day. So when I got this, my parents automatically got up, and we plugged in that thing, and we're like, wow, our 3rd console. We're gonna play right now. So it came with 2 Wii remotes, and there were 3 of us in the house. So we actually went to the store. We bought a 3rd Wii remote, and then we started playing. We actually started with bowling. This was my first experience with Wii Sports bowling, and it was probably one of my favorite games at that point. It was probably my favorite game at that point, besides Kingdom Hearts. But when I started playing it, I realized that the Wii remote is really responsive. it's not as responsive as the ones that we have now with like the Wii Motion Plus, but it was pretty good. It actually, like, you could tell that if you overswung and the ball actually flipped back behind you, it was hilarious every time. The first time that happened, I was like, what? How'd that happen? So I think that's the best impression that I have of 4-year-old me. You're gonna be hearing a lot of that. So my 4-year-old mind is blown with this awesome interactive remote that actually senses what you're doing. So we started playing every single game, and within a year, I think I was pro in all of the levels. That was when I turned 5. I went to kindergarten. I didn't have enough time for games anymore, but I did put in a little time for some games, including Wii Sports. And we actually got a couple more Wii games. I can't remember what they were, but we played those. We played the Wii nonstop for about a year until the next console in the console race, generational console race of that generation came out. The sequel to the Xbox 360. The Xbox 360 is without a doubt my favorite console of all time. So once again, I got it for Christmas 2007, and when I got it, it was fantastic. I played with this black remote with actual buttons and actual controller. It was like awesome. So the PlayStation 3 had already came out, but we couldn't get that just because it wasn't kid friendly. I think we got in like the next year, but I didn't really play it that much because I was so obsessed with the 360. And we had a whole bunch of games that were awesome for it, such as Oblivion, as I said before. And we actually had Viva Pinata. That was one of my favorite games, rivaling Wii Sports. I couldn't decide which one was my favorite. Me and my mom actually spent like hundreds of hours on both of those games, and those were our favorite games of our family. So at that point, also that year, a couple months earlier, my little brother was born. So we thought, oh man, in a couple years he's gonna start gaming too. So obviously he did. He got really big into gaming, but that is not for this episode. That is for the next episode. And make sure to like, favorite, and subscribe. Must watch all of my other videos. Make sure to check out the finale for this trilogy of videos that will be coming out tomorrow. And make sure to check out all the channels of all the other Comicast. And until next time, this is Ververon signing out.